Do I really need to give intro? I mean, we're here for one reason and one reason only, which is to watch season 2, episode 3 of House of the Dragon. So, should I keep you longer than I need to, or just get into the episode? Because it is 9:03 and it's game time. So, but I guess we could do a small little recap. This is what I would say. Right now, it feels like we're on a we're in a roller coaster and we're going up with blindfolds. And we're just anticipating the drop. You know? So, I don't know if this episode will be the drop or we're just gonna keep trucking up the hill. But I guess we will see. Truly. So, I say let's get into it. Oh, we finna see. This is giving me anxious vibes.
Forgive me.
That was a tough episode. Cue the music.
Your false Queen Rhaenyra is a kinslayer.
Your uncle declared for Aegon, did he? Well then, let me tell you, Aegon Targaryen is no true king. You wouldn't dare.
Is that the guy we were just seeing? Oh wow. I mean, it has to. Well, whoever they were, they died.
I cannot fault him for keeping his oath.
And what of those who sent him?
He's pissed. He said they tried to get my mother.
Soon they will not even remember what it was that began the war in the first place.
That is easy enough. They usurped my throne.
That's just one answer. Or was it when the child was beheaded? Or when Aemond killed Luke? Or when Luke took Aemond's eye? There may be another way.
What do you mean?
She sent a raven. I do not care to read her message. What she did
It is not her, but the men around her who seek bloodshed.
She permitted it.
She did. I hear what Rhaenys is saying, but you're giving Alicent a bone when she does not deserve it. You can say all of this, that all these people were playing a role in what Alicent did, but Alicent knew the moment Viserys said something about Aegon that that's not what he meant. And y'all can argue with the wall because she knew what was going to happen. And she was delusional to think that it wasn't going to come to war. If she was so worried about war, then she would have just stayed the fuck quiet. But no. Because she has this, I don't know if it could be jealousy, it could be unrequited love, I don't know. But there's something there on Alicent's behalf that extends far past the betrayal of her friend not telling her that she was messing with her uncle. Like, there's something else there.
Sir Arik was awarded the great duty of ending Rhaenyra's challenge. He failed to discharge it.
He failed because the scheme was rash.
Perhaps, Your Grace, but we cannot all hide in our castles waiting for war to come to us.
As now it surely will.
Because it was very reckless.
Your Lord Uncle Ormond marches from Old Town at the head of a great host, Your Grace. And your brother Darren's dragon nears fighting age. Call on them to suppress the Riverlands.
Alas, they are months away. My lord brother Jason has raised...
Oh, so they mentioned the other brother.
I will turn the crown land houses who declared for Rhaenyra to our cause. We will add their numbers to our own and then turn west, or I will enlist the Brackens, subdue the Riverlands, and take Harrenhal.
And you'll take Aemond and Vhagar?
Vhagar will remain here.
So Kristen is going to foil all of their plans. Here's where Team Green has gone absolutely wrong. If their plan this whole time was to put Aegon in that seat, they should have been building up Aegon to understand all the king duties before you put him in here on the willy-nilly. That's where you went wrong. Because if you would have at least tried to instill some sense into that boy, maybe Otto would still be there. Because I think Otto's their only saving grace. Sir Kristen just wants war because he couldn't be with Rhaenyra. His reasoning is solely because Rhaenyra wanted him to be in the shadows and have a secret relationship like he's doing with old girl right now.
You said your earnest desire was to flee Westeros.
And you let me go. You showed me grace when you could have withheld it. I'm not often surprised.
Look, she might...
She has pledged an army in return for a dragon, so she will have one. Aegon and Viserys will accompany him until a place of greater safety can be found.
Tyraxes is better hatchling. And Stormcloud...
I want you to go with them. I cannot promise to make you happy, but I ask you, make this sacrifice willingly. For all of us.
Your Grace.
Give her uncle's dragon.
I'm claiming Harrenhal.
Apparently so. I, Sir Simon Strong, Castellan of Harrenhal, pledge fealty to Rhaenyra of House Targaryen, first of her name.
I mean, why wouldn't they side with Rhaenyra? She literally gave birth to their lineage. Their name is going to be on the throne. Their bloodline.
Might I ask, Your Grace, if you are successful, well, when you are successful, what then?
We march on King's Landing and take the throne.
Lord Commander, your host is mustered and ready to march.
He enjoys battle. Smells good.
That cut is atrocious.
We have a full complement, Your Grace.
Then you shall have a fuller one.
The march will be hard, sir.
No one is more delighted than I to march out to war with the Dornishmen.
Because this is what I don't understand. They could have really just kept playing the waiting game. But I mean, I guess it makes sense to, march forward, I guess. And try and take Harrenhal, I guess. He finna be fired if this shit don't work.
Prince Daemon is abroad, and Aegon's factions are enraged at the death of his son. You have never been so exposed.
Perhaps it is time for you to think about secreting yourself somewhere safe, while we remain here as a source of distraction.
Fuck you.
You propose to conduct the war in my absence?
It would merely be a precaution.
Right.
It would be treason.
Rhaena, Lord of the Tides. The girl knows nothing of ships, nor even of dragons.
There is Rhaena or there is Joffrey. Both soon to be far from the creak of ships and the ocean's roar.
Tyraxes and Stormcloud are young and vulnerable. These eggs are even more fragile. But should all come to ruin here, you will bear our hope for the future.
Is she gonna run into her uncle? It's such a pain in the ass that I know how the line of succession continues. She now realized, like, you got four baby dragons. You got a big job here. Allison, do not bring up you and Sir Cole.
There's not to be gained from it.
You have as much claim to grief as anyone.
Allison.
You?
Allison.
I said that I forgive you.
Aegon the Conqueror reborn.
Just get on with it.
At once, Your Grace. What is your business?
There are rumors that the king...
Why is he still planning to fly? That's a stupid idea. As a king, you can't go.
Another is that his grace was outwitted by his councillors and persuaded to fly to war with Sir Kristen, so the Queen Alison may reign in his absence, with Prince Aemond at her side.
Why are you giving him air to speak to you?
No, don't tell me you're going. I'm not going. I just got here.
He was the one who was talking about the people being hanged. Okay.
My house never settled. Although it said even Dawn mourned the passing of my grandsire. Is that so?
Who was your grandsire?
They call him the Conciliator.
King Jaehaerys.
Okay. Is this the one that... What was it? A few episodes ago, he was talking about... They were having a conversation. The girl was like, the city's getting restless. And then he was like, this... said something. And she was like this, well, is Aegon doing anything to do it? And then it cut to black. That's this guy. And I was like, I don't know who the hell this is, but he has silver hair. Okay. Okay. So he is a Targaryen, which is what I was thinking.
I'm the son of Balon the Brave. Bastard brother to Prince Daemon and the late King Viserys. Uncle to the one true queen, Rhaenyra Targaryen.
I know just the tutor for you, my boy.
Why do they look like Lord Larys?
Aemond the Fierce! You have come so far, and yet you still lie with your very first.
Because Aemond, at some point, he has to realize that his biggest bully was Aegon. Of course, it's from Alicent.
A tavern with an excellent reputation on the Rosby Road, not 2 miles away, if memory serves.
We march to make the first strike in the name of his grace.
I assure you, my nephew will not begrudge me a night of comfort.
We're exposed.
What?
Cole? Get to the trees!
Yeah, you idiots. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. So Alicent's brother's a dumbass, just like his sister. Okay. Sir Kristen, if you survive this, you need to cut his ass the fuck out.
I'm in your dead.
They know we're abroad, they'll be hunting. And we must move under the trees and by cover of dark starting tonight. And no fucking inns.
Cause you literally just gave away your whole plan. So now there's a dragon that knows that you're in the area. So what they can do is tell whoever, Daemon, who's already there, that you're coming. Because I just cannot watch them continue to blunder everything.
Could you be certain it was Cole from such a great height?
It was not such a great height, Your Grace. You said not to engage, so I didn't. Exactly.
Your Grace. You must act now, Your Grace. Loose the dragon's root coal out and burn him.
Because they are relying heavily on these dragons, and this is why there's no more dragons after this dance. Talking about just send the dragons. Then what? What the fuck?
Always coming and going, aren't you?
What the fuck?
And I have to clean up afterwards.
Okay, we really do not need to see the.
Would you take her hostage? Or kill her outright?
I would speak with her, myself.
Killing her would be easier.
Suspect some subterfuge. As would I if I received such a message. I must see her.
Rhaenyra.
Face to face.
If she dies. She's just like that one lady. I swear if Alicent, I mean, not. I'm gonna shut up.
No, no. What? I must speak with you. Rhaenys has counselled me. She said she saw in you a wish to avert the worst of what may now come.
She gotta relax.
So you've come to surrender then?
Mere hours before I left him, he had affirmed my right to the throne. A right he upheld steadfastly every day of his life after my mother died. I've been at times unkind, but never untrue. I pronounced before all gathered in that room that you would make a fine queen. Do you think me capable of such naked deceit?
Tell her the story. Rhaenyra. I mean, Alicent. Tell her the story because she's gonna debunk it. Because you didn't hear the whole thing.
He said he was the prince that was promised to unite the realm.
What?
I desire peace as you do, but to possess.
Did my father use those words? The prince that was promised. It's a story he once told. About Aegon the Conqueror.
And
the Conqueror.
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. See, it's clear that she didn't. She genuinely thought that he was talking about Aegon. No, this is the look of somebody who knows that this is her. All of this is foiled. This is the look of somebody who purposely knew that she misinterpreted it, and now she's caught.
A terrible war is looming, and even victory may be so bloody as to be counted a loss. Do not let your pride blind you.
There's been no mistake. It's too late, Rhaenyra.
Alicent.
Rhaenyra, get out of there. Don't end. Don't end. Don't end. Please don't end. Fuck. Show me what I want to see. Show me what I want to see. But I think Alicent is correct. It's too far gone now. It's going to happen because there's nothing that Alicent can personally do to prevent this. They've already geeked up. What's it? They already geeked up Aegon. Otto's not there to check it anymore. It's too far gone. And I think Alicent realized she is the cause of all of this. how you got it in your head that on his deathbed he was going to change it last minute after all these years proclaiming that Rhaenyra was an heir is mind-boggling. I don't get how you get that far deluded to think that was what happened. And now that you have the proof that was not the truth, you're sitting here looking stupid because you started the war. You could have avoided all of this. All of this starts with Alicent. Sure, you could say it started when Viserys made Rhaenyra the queen, the heir, but this could have been avoided. She took Rhaenyra messing around with her uncle as a betrayal to her. And then when she found out that it was actually Cole, even though she took that as like, oh, like our friendship is done. When you were messing with her father behind her back. So of course she wasn't gonna trust you with that information. But I give it to you. So as it continues, Rhaenyra is popping out these brown-headed kids, and you're still on her ass, knowing that Viserys is not changing his mind. So you could have let it go then. This is the second time you could have let it go. He's being bullied by his brother, and Jacaerys and Lucerys they kind of tag in. So his ego is bruised. He goes steals these beautiful young ladies' mother's dragon, brags about it, and gets his eye cut because he was basically. And then you said, "Fuck all that. My son was in the right. I'm going to attack Rhaenyra." The third time. And then the fourth time is the fact that Viserys said Aegon. I guess we can just run them down. Rhaenyra. I guess this is the clarity that she needed to know that what Viserys said was not denouncing her claim to the throne, and that it was a big misunderstanding, and she's the rightful heir. So I think now she knows how to act accordingly because she realized they're in a war now. There is no other option. They're in a war. Daemon, that lady said you finna die. You need to get out of Harrenhal. I don't remember this place in Game of Thrones. Is this the place that Arya was in the first few seasons? And that's when she became like the cup girl for Tyrion Lannister? Could be. I don't know. But they ain't had them ghosts or visions like this. Damon, you gotta get up out of there. You have business to do before you can return and die. Oh, I truly, I don't want him to die. I know the line of succession. And truthfully, they all die because this is a prequel. Jacaerys, keep your head about yourself. Because I know you're pissed. Rightfully so. Just keep your head about yourself. Aemon, one day you're just gonna have to put the pause on your brother. Literally. You were having a loving embrace with your girl, and he spoiled it to make fun of you in front of his friends. Just put the pause on him one time. in a very, I don't know how, but you could do it mentally. I don't know. Aegon, you should really keep your head about yourself. Because you're moving very, very... You're moving like you don't really give a fuck. And a king can't move that way. Rhaenys, I understand what you were going for. I just don't know. Other people at her council, fuck y'all. Sir Cole. I just want him to say what it really is. I just want to hear what he will say his issue with Rhaenyra is. I want to hear it out of his mouth, verbatim, why he's so upset at Rhaenyra. Verbatim. I want to hear him say, I don't like Rhaenyra because of X. Other than that, I have nothing for that man. I wish him nothing but the worst. He can do whatever he wants to do. And I'm gonna leave it at that. As long as we're not having him and Alicent together, I'm fine. He needed to cuss out Alicent's brother because he's a fucking idiot and he just spoiled all of your plans. None of this would have happened. The Targaryen household would have been strong for centuries. They wouldn't have lost their dragons. And the events of Game of Thrones probably would have changed. So, do with that what you will. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna end it off with. I really have no words. So let me just leave it at that. Let me know what you think. Yes, have a good afternoon. I'll see you next week.